I welcome you guys back into my next video. I understand that what's important, guys, every single day is making sure that you're very positive and making sure that no matter what, that you're doing your work. And now, I understand that what's important, for myself at least, is to understand that today is a reasoning day, every single day. You must understand straight away today, you must be on your feet, and you must be positive every single day of your life to make sure that you're successful and to make sure that you're doing something nice and beautiful for yourself. So I'm understanding every single day of my life, I'm understanding I try to at least do a 1 hour program for myself over here so that I can grow myself. And I actually love my life. I love to do what I love to do. And now I understand everything I do, I understand anything I do is what I love. And I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for a better way of helping myself grow. So that's the whole point of life for myself at least, is to help myself to become much more abundant with you guys and to make sure that no matter what, that I'm looking for a better spotlight. I'm making sure I have much more potential in the game of life to succeed and to make sure that I'm learning very quickly about how to actually love my life. So I apologize if the wind is blowing in my camera too much, because I understand straight away it's just a phone. But I'm understanding straight away that you must understand that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to improve my life. I'm making sure that I'm helping myself to improve myself in different areas of my life. And I'm looking forward to making sure that no matter what, that my life is nice and beautiful. So what I need to do every single day of my life, especially, is be able to go and record myself into a better way and make sure that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for a nice and beautiful way forward. I promise you now, every single day I'm looking for making sure that every single day I'm helping my life to succeed, and I'm making sure I'm giving you as many ideas as I can so you can grow. I promise you, so no matter what, that what's happening in my life. I see in my life, I have doctors, I have psychiatrists, I have different abilities, I have different ways of thinking, I have different ideas to give. I make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly that my life today is becoming something much more, because I'm actually learning, I'm actually growing myself. I'm trying to become the best version of myself. I'm trying to live life to the greatest extent I can live. And I'm trying to consume content. I'm trying to make sure that I'm just doing better. And I'm trying to make sure that no matter what, I have a nice and beautiful persuasion party going on where I can go and teach myself to grow. And now, I understand that many people get success online and they're getting success in different ways. And they're reaching millions of customers and millions of people around the world. I'm also doing the same thing, but just people have to recognize who I am first. And now I'm giving everything for free. I'm doing everything for free in my life. I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I'm growing throughout my life, that I'm actually reasoning to the word I. I'm understanding straight away that as I reason toward my word I, I'm learning the I love you remark. And I'm learning about helping myself to grow myself differently. I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the best kind of way possible. So I'm understanding straight away that if you guys got anything to do today, then you must understand you must have yourself the most. And you must understand if you have anything to do, have yourself. And be able to go and grow yourself in the best kind of manner forward. And that way I'm growing myself as well. I'm growing myself with different abilities. I'm making sure I'm strategizing differently. I'm making sure I'm looking for better ways of thinking. I'm looking for better ways of doing my life. I'm making sure that no matter what, that you guys every single day have an hour video from me, because that way I'm learning very quickly. So what I need to learn from my life especially is to plan my life forward. So as I plan my life forward, I'm looking for different tactics. I'm looking for different abilities. I'm making sure that with my music production that I follow through, so I never have to go backwards, and so that I'll learn something along the way. And you have to understand straight away that if you have nothing to do, then read. I promise you, be reading something. I mean, because reading is going to at least help you to amplify yourself, and it's going to help you to find much more courage in yourself to do something that is worthwhile. So making sure that no matter what, that as you're understanding that reading is for leaders, I promise you, reading is for leaders, and anybody who can read lots of content today is somebody who can be a leader. I understand my dad over here, or my dad sits over here on the couch, or she sits on the couch and he reads all day long. I understand, and that's what you guys need to be doing. You need to be reading all day long, but also producing content. And now producing content is very different to reading, but it's the best way forward. And now you must understand that as I produce content, I do greater walks of life. I make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about my life. I'm learning how to actually find persuasion in my life to keep going and to find abundance in my life every single day is the best way forward for me. So no matter what I'm doing every single day, I'm looking for that nice and beautiful way forward for my life to succeed. So I'm actually understanding every single day, I'm loving my life, I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm loving my personal success over here. I'm making sure I have that nice and beautiful theory going all the time, and I'm looking for better ways of thinking. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the process. So every single day you have to understand that as you grow yourself differently, you're making sure that no matter what, that you have a nice and beautiful way of life in your life, and you must understand that no matter what, that you must be growing yourself in the best kind of way forward. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm making sure I'm looking for better ideas. I'm looking for something to help my life to succeed. So it's much more how I'm understanding straight away that I'm reaching inside of myself over here to find an idea to give you and to actually grow my life in the process. So my last 24 hours have been just walking up and down and just been reading some content out loud. And I'm understanding that I enjoy reading. I enjoy doing my nice and beautiful business on YouTube. But the thing is, I'm understanding straight away that I have to be much more engaging, you guys. I have to be much more wanting to succeed much more. I mean, they're saying I have to be engaging you guys, to be interacting with you guys in a different way so that it's live time and so that people can understand me and what I need to do to be able to engage myself with you guys better. I need to post more content online. I need to be able to talk to you guys visually, and also I need to be able to go and talk to you guys via messages as well. I need to be much more upfront with you guys. But I understand straight away. I understand that as long as I interact with you guys much more, then you guys understand me. And I need to get my message across. So every single day, I'm learning to get my message across in some shape or form, yeah? I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm looking for a better way forward. I'm looking for a better way forward, and I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm understanding something. I'm understanding that there is no race with other people. I'm never racing against other people. I'm racing with myself to be the best version of myself. And that's it. I promise you, as long as I'm the best version of myself, that's all I have to be. I promise you now, every single day I'm learning how to actually grow myself, and I'm actually helping myself move forward. And I'm doing my nice and beautiful life moving forward. And I'm actually having a greater life for myself. I have a greater life than I've ever had in my life. And that's because of the sheer effort I put into it. And because I put all this effort into my life, I'm understanding straight away that I'm growing myself in the best way forward. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning from the situation. So I'm learning from every single situation I have. I'm learning from all the nice and beautiful ways of moving forward. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, I'm learning very quickly that I have to stick to it. I have to stick to what I do. I have to read. I have to read a lot. And as I read a lot, I have to go and grab all this knowledge and I have to give it to you. I have to grab more knowledge. I have to read more. I have to find out more about business. I have to read and walk around. I have to walk around and absorb myself and absorb content from around. I have to absorb content from around the world. And I have to sit all day long reading. And I have to read something, I have to produce something. I have to be a producer and a distributor as well as a consumer. I understand, so I understand straight away, you must understand that what life is a school. Approach it. Life is, I see, is a school. I understand straight away, you must understand that a school is something that you go to learn. I understand that school is something you go to in terms of to learn for yourself, so you can understand straight away to love life, and so that you can understand straight away that you can go and be in the school of life all the time, and making sure that no matter what, that we're learning as the process moves forward. I see every single day that no matter what, that as you guys are nicely and beautifully doing my YouTube videos over here, I'm understanding straight away, I'm learning much more about the process of love and fortune and being able to be free and being able to be alone. So as I find myself alone, I find myself reasoning around life. So what I learned today is I am the reason. I is the reason. I. Why? I is why. I is my why. I must do it. I must do this. I must do that because of I. I is the actual reason because I. I is the reason. I is who I am. I have to understand to reason with myself and never against myself. I have to understand to love myself and never hate myself. I understand straight away I need to grow myself, always. I understand that's why I'm growing. I mean, that's why I'm doing this Nice and Beautiful podcast, because I understand straight away that somebody is going to benefit from it. I understand that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly, that I benefit mostly and always from my content. I understand straight away that no matter what, that as I go and produce content much more, I'm learning to find advocacy in myself, to find synonyms and antonyms today, to also grow myself differently, and I understand straight away to learn to grow is the best kind of way forward. I'm understanding straight away how I learn very quickly. I'm learning very quickly about love and life, and I'm learning how to actually persuade myself to grow. So what I'm actually doing in my life is learning. I'm always up to date with everything. I'm always updating myself around the world and what's going around the world. I'm always updating myself with what's going on around the world. I mean, you understand? Because 30 years ago, there was no chance to do that other than newspapers. I promise you, 30 years ago, there was no internet. I mean, you understand? I promise you now, you must understand. Now, as social media, I promise you, it's all consumption, consumption, consumption. And the more you can consume, the more you can do. I promise you guys have to understand that if you want to have anything spontaneous in your life, you must understand that you're living in a new time. And a new time is now beginning for you. And you must understand that no matter what, that now it's the power of social media that's going to get you across in the next bigger world. I mean, understand? I promise you now it's do as much work as you can online. I promise you now there's no excuses for you and for why you cannot do your work. I promise you can do your work because you do have social media and you can talk to all these people online and you can talk to people and you can go and understand straight away that we can talk to anybody around the world. I mean, you understand? It's very simple to talk to people around the world. Now we have mobile phones where we can actually call each other all around the world, and it's so good and so nice and beautiful to have. I promise you now, you must understand that back in the days, they had no internet. I promise you, they had no phones. I promise you, they had no cars and aeroplanes. I mean, in a sense, so everything is built by humans. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, you must understand, all the infrastructure you see was never there before. I mean, the world is evolving, and the world is becoming much greater. So you must understand straight away that as I'm actually learning and growing myself differently, I'm learning to understand to be grateful for what I do have. Because I understand that other people have more than me. But I understand how I have more than other people. I understand that what I need to do is consume much more, and I need to actually go and do much more. I need to do much more than what I'm doing. And that way I'm understanding straight away that I work at my own pace, but you must understand that no matter what, the people are making millions of dollars today. But they're making millions of dollars selling chocolate bars. I understand that if I sold chocolate bars to you, approximately most people will never ever get my chocolate bars. I mean, you understand? Approximately most people never ever try to get anything off me. I'm not sure why, but it must be my success, but it must be that they are jealous of me or something. But I'm understanding straight away that as soon as I sell myself and as soon as I give you all my words of encouragement, I promise you I get nothing in return, and I never expect anything in return. I mean, in a sense, but what I get in return is I get a better way of life for myself, at least. So I'm understanding I'm not stupid for living this life. I'm not stupid for never killing myself. I'm understanding straight away I'm never going to kill myself, ever. I'm understanding straight away I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm understanding that no matter what, as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life. But no matter what I'm doing, I'm always learning. I'm always growing myself. But I is the reason. I is why I live. I is actually why I actually do what I do. I is always the reason. I is the best kind of noun, and it's the best kind of way forward. I can always touch I can touch I. I understand that I is always something even far greater than touching. I mean, you understand? But you can never touch I and you can touch I at the same time. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, that you must understand that life is growing itself. And you must be growing yourself all the time. So if you're learning the yin and yang of life, you must be understanding straight away how you have to consume content on your own. And you have to understand straight away how to actually become the best version of yourself. So everything in terms of my success personally, I realize personally my success is doing much better. I'm doing much better than yesterday. And I'm doing much better than other people. I'm doing much better than the crowd around me. So you must understand straight away that I have a crowd that I used to follow and that I was with before. I never follow them anymore. Because there's no need to follow them, because I follow people who actually teach me something. The world's moving forward. The more you actually do your life much more greater, and I understand, and you have a nice and beautiful way of life with yourself, then make sure you understand straight away that you must go teach people this way of life that you have. And you must understand straight away to go and grow yourself in a different persuasion technique and a different way of forward. I promise you must understand. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to actually love my life. I'm actually always performing in the video, and I'm actually doing a nice and beautiful content, always. So I'm understanding straight away that as I perform content, I'm doing a nice and beautiful 1 hour video all the time, because I'm always learning from it. I'm always learning from what I'm saying. I'm always learning what's on my mind. I'm learning what's in my mind and heart, and I'm actually ahead of the content the more I give you content. And the more I give you content, the better. And that way I'm succeeding forward. I'm succeeding through different ways of telling you what I do. And when I tell you what I do, then you can go and do what I do, and then you can succeed as well. So that's the whole message. The whole message is help more people and give people what they want. What people want is free knowledge. You must understand. So I give people free knowledge, and I get a certain amount of deservingness back from people. What I have in terms of life is what I've worked for. What you sow is what you reap. You must understand. So I'm much more happier than the person I was. I can tell you this. I can tell you I'm much more happier than the person I was ever before. I'm much more happier now than I was ever before. I promise you. And why is that? I promise you it's because of my habits. I realize my habits now are much greater. I'm much more wiser. I'm much better looking. I'm much more in the better way of life. I'm much more learning about life. But now I'm learning different aspects of life. I'm learning economics. I'm learning personal development. I'm learning all the actual books out there that you can learn. I'm learning to read. I'm learning to never suffocate myself. I'm learning how to actually grow myself as a public speaker. And I'm learning how to actually do a greater job. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how to actually help myself move forward. So as I go and do my busking performances in front of people or without people, I'm still growing, I'm still learning. I'm still working online, I'm still doing something online, yeah? I'm still working, I'm showing up for work every single day of my life. And that's how I'm actually growing. I'm growing myself differently. I'm actually learning to read and listen to the best kind of people on the planet. And I'm learning how to actually find success, and I'm learning how to actually do success, and that's it. But you must understand straight away how I'm actually feeling, and how I feel is different. I'm feeling nice and beautiful for myself now, where I'm actually learning how to actually grow myself in the best kind of potential forward. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for the best kind of way moving forward to understand something, to understand my life. I understand my life is nice and beautiful every single day of my life, because I'm learning how to actually grow myself. So I'm more than ready right now than ever before to do anything that you want me to do. I'm more than ready right now to do it. I'm understanding, although, there has to always be more effort coming in. And first you have to be giving more effort, and you have to understand straight away that more effort means much more of a greater lifestyle. So I'm understanding, guys, just make sure you never ever drive while actually talking to a phone on somebody. But you make sure you're never talking to the phone with somebody while you're driving a car. Never ever be talking on the phone while driving a car, because you may cause an accident. But you must understand. So every single day you must understand straight away. I see people who are talking on the phone while driving. I promise you must understand that one accident can kill somebody. I promise you must understand. So never ever be that person. Because there have been people who have been talking on the phone and they crash the car and they kill somebody, and then 25 years in prison. or 60 years in prison. And it happens. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, you must understand straight away that if you want to go and grow yourself differently, then make sure you understand straight away that you understand straight away to abide by the rules and do what you have been told to do. And now guess what? Well, you must understand that you must do what Jesus Christ does over you. So do what Jesus Christ shows you to do, and that's it. I mean, you understand? I mean, only listen to Jesus Christ. I mean, never listen to other people, listen to Jesus Christ. I mean, understand? But I am also following Jesus Christ. So if you want to listen to me, then listen to Jesus Christ and what Jesus Christ says about my words. And run it by Jesus Christ and see, does Jesus Christ agree with my words? I promise you must understand that every single day, that as I'm learning and growing, I'm learning how to actually perform and outperform myself. I'm learning to become the best version of myself always. And that's how I'm actually growing. I'm growing myself differently, but I'm actually understanding straight away how different I am. I'm very different today because I'm learning that I have much more of a greater lifestyle than ever before. I'm actually understanding straight away. I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm looking greater than ever as well. I'm looking the greatest I've ever been in terms of my physique and everything. So I'm understanding straight away that physique is something that's actually going downhill for me. But I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, you must be looking greater all the time. And you must understand straight away that as you grow and learn how to grow yourself, you'll learn how understanding something about nutrition is going to help you also to live a richer life as well. So right now I'm on a diet, and I'm on a diet from hummus and for peanut butter. So I'm not eating hummus and peanut butter anymore. And I threw out the olives as well. I'm not eating olives. And also I'm not eating potato. So I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet, and that way I'm understanding straight away that I'm looking for a better way of losing a bit of kilograms moving forward. So I can actually help my life to succeed much greater. And I'm also saving money as well. I'm saving money in regards to what I'm doing. So every single day I'm learning something different. I'm learning how to help myself to love my life. I'm looking for a better way of life. I'm looking for something to do. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm actually helping you guys grow. Because what is growth? I mean, growth is different potential and different ways of life and different ways of saying something and different ways of being. I promise you, if you can go and do 1 hour videos every single day moving forward, then you can also have a great legacy for yourself. I promise you now, you must understand that no matter what, that my YouTube channel has over 500 hours of videos that I've done already to help you guys to succeed. And I've improved in my communication. I realize my communication is skyrocketing now. I'm skyrocketing in my communicational skills. And my communicational skills are on point. I mean, I'm actually really growing myself in different areas, and I'm learning how to actually help myself to stay off certain aspects of life and to take more action and to have more action in my life. And now I never take more action, I do more action. I mean, do you understand? So no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning very quickly. So now if you're a music producer, you guys must understand straight away that you have to make music in a way that's going to help you move forward. So make sure you understand straight away that you do something you've never done in music, and that way you're moving forward. I mean, if you're doing always what you've always done in music, then guess what happens? Music becomes boring. Make sure you make music that you've never done before. And make sure you understand, invest money when you're able to. Understand? And make sure you understand straight away that no matter what, you must be investing more money into yourself to grow yourself. Understand? Because no matter what happens today and in life, life is always moving different directions. So make sure that no matter what, that as you grow yourself differently, that you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about what you need to do in daily life. So I'm understanding straight away how I'm feeling. And how I feel is very different. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning from the situation. So every single day of my life, I'm learning how to actually increase font awareness. I'm actually becoming much more than yesterday. I'm learning the best kind of art form that I can. I'm making sure that I have much more clarity. I'm making sure I have much more to appreciate with. I'm appreciating myself much more. I'm learning how to actually have the best kind of planet forward. I'm making sure that there's more to come in life from myself over here. I'm making sure I can do much more videos. I can go and become much more inspirational. So no matter what, I'm learning very quickly. So as I go and learn my life quickly, I'm actually speaking very fast. But on actual audio, I'm speaking actually very slow. But my actual speed is very fast. I'm speaking very fast right now. And this is just on times 1 speed, but if you go to times 2 speed, and I promise you it's very fast. I promise you it's very fast. But you have to understand straight away that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. So every single day I'm learning how to actually I'm learning how to focus on my life, and I'm learning to forget nothing but making sure that I'm learning very quickly. I remember everything. I'm never looking to forget something. I'm looking to remember everything about my life. And how my life is changing, of course. I mean, my life is very different from when I was 18. And when I was 18, I was very stupid. I was very stupid. I was working a 9-to-5 job. I was in high school. And I was doing nothing. I had no YouTube channel. I only just started my YouTube channel recently at 28 years of age. I mean, in a sense, so I'm learning very quickly about different ways of moving forward, yeah? But you must understand that no matter what, the opportunity is on social media. So if you talk to people online and you really, really want to help them, you will find ways of having fans online. And you'll find a way to actually help people. I promise you, man, I promise you must understand straight away that as I'm growing myself moving forward, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. And no matter what, you must understand straight away that you must understand to help yourself to move up in life. I promise you must understand that if you want to help yourself grow, then make sure that no matter what, that you're looking to learn. And as you're looking to learn something, you're looking to help yourself to inspire yourself. So try to do as many videos as you can of yourself, and try to understand straight away that any kind of videos you make of yourself is always going to be on YouTube forever, and always going to be helping people. I mean, in a sense, so try to be doing much more work for people. I mean, try to understand straight away that if you're making kids today, first you must understand to take care of those kids. You must understand to have money in your pocket. I mean, you understand? Because those are your creations. And your creations go out and put forth work in the world. And what you reap is what you sow. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that no matter what, you understand something. To always be taking care of your kids and taking care of yourself, yeah? I mean, making sure that no matter what, that you always have money in your pocket. I understand straight away, I find myself with more money in my pocket than ever before now. I always have much more money than ever before in my pocket now. And why is that? Because I'm learning how to grow myself. I'm learning how to actually have much more awareness and much more of what I need in life. But I'm understanding that if I go on a holiday somewhere, which I never do, I never go on a holiday. I go on a working holiday. But you have to understand straight away that if I go somewhere to go on a working holiday now, I understand that I have to be alone. So I'd rather be with family. I'd rather be with family than go on a working holiday somewhere. I mean, why is that? I understand because my family means more to me than a working holiday. I mean, in a sense, so every single day I'm learning how to go and increase my potential. So I'm understanding straight away that it's just a case. I realize I asked Jesus Christ, what does he do? I mean, does he value working holiday more than his mum? Probably no. Probably he'd rather go with his mum somewhere than having to go for a working holiday. I mean, I promise you, that Jesus Christ would rather be with his mum than go for a working holiday. I mean, in a sense, so what's important is understanding this. That you must understand to go and understand yourself, yeah? I mean, understand to be with family much more. And the more you're with family, the better. I understand that no matter what, that as I'm growing myself moving forward, I'm understanding what's happening in my life. I understand that the next 5 years of my life is going to look like the last and previous 5 years of my life. Probably it's going to be different. Probably my life is going to be different. I also understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking to be on a diet from the nice and beautiful salt and vinegar peanuts as well. I'm understanding straight away that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to understand I'll actually let salt and vinegar peanuts be my diet for now. I understand straight away I can have some nice and beautiful peanut with salt and vinegar. I understand every single day, I'm understanding straight away that as I'm learning to really, really quickly move forward, I'm actually learning something beautiful along the way. I'm learning to actually become the best version of myself always. So what does the best version of yourself look like? I can say more words. I can say more words. I can say the more words you speak, the better version you are. I promise you it's that simple. I promise you that I understand some people and how they've been living a life much better than me. And how I now am living a greater life than they are. Because I understand something. I understand I'm alone in life, but I also have a YouTube channel that's helping people right now. And my YouTube channel is always helping people. But all I need to do is give money forward to people and advertise my YouTube channel. But what for? I can say it's for free already. I can say every single day, you must understand that the more money I give for my promotion, the more people can see what I'm doing. And the more famous I get. So if you pour money into your business, I promise you can grow fame. I promise you must understand that if I pour more money into my business and I give people more my business card, or if I Instagram advertisement to everybody, my YouTube channel, I promise you, guess what happens? I promise you more people start following me. I pour more money in, I promise you more people start following me. I'd rather do it for free. I'd rather do it for free because I understand that I need money in my pocket. Grant Cardone puts $1 million into a marketing advertisement every single month. He's always marketing himself $1 million marketing every single year. But he makes $365 million per year. So every single year he puts $12 million into marketing and he makes $365 million per year. I see it's much more how it is, yeah? So you must understand that if you want to grow yourself differently, then you have to have a nice and beautiful story about yourself. And you have to be reaching a far greater audience for yourself. But for myself over here, I'm understanding something. I'm understanding I have a nice and beautiful life anyway. I have a nice and beautiful life. So my habits are my life. And what happens in my life is I have to work as well, just like everybody else. But at least I'm honest about it. And at least I'm actually ahead of the content. At least I'm actually helping people online forever. And at least I have a passion on the side that I can do. So I can have some money in my pocket always. I'm understanding that money is worth what? What can I do with that money? That money, you can invest it into gold, or you can invest it into a promotion, or a self-promotion. I'd rather invest my money into a self-promotion than gold. I'd rather invest my money back into videos like this, and into personal seminars and DJing around the world. I'd rather do that. I'd rather invest my money into that. Or invest my money into family. So we have clothes. And so we have food on the table, and so we have accommodation. Understand? I realize there's only so much money that you can actually give in this life. Understand? So what you can give is out of your generous heart. But you must understand that every single day you must understand straight away to focus upon love and life. And never hate your heart. Never hate people. First, you make sure that you're loving people all the time. Make sure you understand that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about life. And you make sure that you're making headlines. Make headlines around people. Make sure that if you're doing something to help yourself move forward, that you understand straight away what's working and what's never working. But what works for you never works for other people. Understand? So you must understand straight away that everybody's different. So for myself over here, I'm understanding that as I create my content over here, I'm moving forward. I'm making sure I'm learning very quickly. I'm moving along. I'm making sure I'm learning very quickly from what I'm doing, and I'm helping myself move forward very quickly. So I'm understanding straight away how people are moving into families right now, and they're having families, and they're actually doing whatever they want to do because it's their life. I promise you now, you must understand. And they have a 9-to-5 job, and they're feeding their family, and they're hanging around with family, much more. I mean, in a sense, so you have to understand to always be much more of a blessing in your life, to understand that no matter what, the family for me is eventually going away, but what comes from it is my own family that I create. I create my own family, and I stick with my own family that I create. Unless I have no family, I then stick toward I, and I go my own direction. But that's how it is, and you have to understand straight away to stick close to family, always. So I have a family always, and I make sure that no matter what, I need to create something for my life. I need to make sure I understand straight away what's happening in my life moving forward. I'm understanding how the world is treating me. I'm trying to understand how the world's treating me in life. I understand that disability support pension is never going to make it truly for me. Disability support pension is never going to make me, my life, great. I mean, do you understand? What's going to make my life great is more money. More money than that. I need more money than that. I never need just disability support pension. I need more money. I mean, you understand? I need to make more of that. I mean, in a sense, so what I need to do is never rely on disability support pension. I need to go and help myself to grow. I need to make more money anyway. So every single day I'm learning how to focus. That the more money you have, the better for you. I mean, in a sense, so what makes all the money? What makes all the money is the words you speak. The words you speak. You must understand that the word you speak is far more important than anything else. I promise you have to have your word. I promise you have to hold on to your word. And never go backwards. I mean, make sure you understand, never go backwards. And only move forwards. Unfortunately, there's only so much money you can have in life. Until you understand that your health is much more important than money. Because your health is always much more than money. So understand straight away that if you're growing yourself differently and if you're focusing on helping yourself to move forward, then understand straight away that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly about love and interest. And you're deserving. I mean, you're deserving your life. I mean, you're learning from the situation. I mean, you're making sure that you have that nice and beautiful theory about life. I mean, you have to be learning, yeah? So life is going to life is going to try to do some damage to you. I mean, life is going to say, hey, go work a 9-to-5 job. And life is going to say, hey, they have more success than you. I'm not sure though, but that's just the way it is. I see this little girl, and she's already in Asia, and she's just a little girl, has such poverty. I mean, she has so much poverty. I mean, you understand? And she's born in a poverty family. I mean, how do you explain that? I mean, how do you explain that one little girl is born in a rich family and another little girl born in a poverty family? I mean, why? I mean, why isn't the world all rich? I mean, why are we all born rich? I mean, you understand? But we are born rich. I promise you, we are born rich. But the money that our parents have are different. I mean, you understand? I'm born in a middle class family. I mean, I'm very promise you, there's other people that are actually born in poverty families, worse than me. Because they have no $10 a day to eat food and drink. I promise you must understand. So every single day you must understand how to function on a greater way of life. I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself, I'm understanding that I have it much greater than half the world, I promise you. I'm doing better than half the world, I can tell you right now. I understand? I promise you now, you must understand straight away that I'm actually in the top 10% of communication in the world. I'm in the top 10%. I'm actually the best percentage of communicational skills you ever see. I promise you, I have the best communicational skills you ever see. I promise you, you must understand straight away. I'm very understanding that. I'm understanding straight away that Jesus Christ has one of the best communicational skills you ever see as well. If not the best. And Jesus Christ has the best communicational skills, and I'm never doubting Jesus Christ. I understand straight away, you must understand that if you want to go and grow yourself differently, then you must understand that no matter what, you must understand to ask yourself questions. Ask yourself questions about how can you improve. And begin with the word I. I need to understand what can I do that makes me successful. I need you to ask yourself all these questions. I need you to learn how to much more improve your life. I today find myself reading a lot of news channels. I'm reading a lot of economics. I'm reading personal development and also social media stuff. And browsing on YouTube, random stuff. I understand I have totally free time right now. I have free time because I made myself free time. I understand other people have free time today too. I understand that today is a Sunday. But they're with their family while I'm alone. I understand? I'm alone in life. I have a destiny to be alone in my life. But that's why I have much more better, let's say, skills at being alone than other people. Because I'm born alone in my family. I have no brother or sister other than my half-sister, who's my half-sister from overseas. But she never lived with I. My sister never lives with I. I live alone, so when my dad leaves my house, I'm all alone. And I have to do something alone. I have to do this video alone. I never need other people to hold my hand for this. I'm learning very quickly how to live my life, yeah? And I'm focusing on a greater direction. So, as I focus on a greater direction, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life. I'm looking for better ways to improve myself. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning. I'm learning. So, no matter what, for me, the nightlife has gone. Because it's no longer the way it is for me. I was a drug addict before, and when I was a drug addict, I couldn't wait until nightlife. I promise you, plenty of people today are going to the pub to drink. They're going to the pub today to have a drink. They need some alcohol today from the pub to feel good. I never need that. I never need to do that. I never need alcohol. There are plenty of people in terms of life that are overweight and obese. You must understand that there are plenty of people who are doing drugs today. And there are plenty of people that are doing also legal drugs today. And legal ones as well. I promise you must understand there are people dealing drugs these days and doing it legally. So what you need to focus on is loving your life differently and making sure that no matter what, that you have that nice and beautiful way of life moving forward. So you're focusing on delivering content much more, and you're helping yourself to move much more better in life. So I'm understanding straight away that as I move forward, I'm learning. I'm learning to have the nice and beautiful time with myself. But no matter what I'm doing, I'm learning how my dog always finds a way to get in the way. So I love it. I understand straight away, I never get angry at the dog. I'm never angry anymore. I never find myself angry. And that's a blessing. I bless I. I understand, so you must understand that I never find myself aggressive in a way of anger. I never find myself angry. I go around anger. I understand that what's important is I find myself much better. And as I find myself much better, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. I'm making sure I'm helping myself. I'm looking for a better way forward. I'm understanding straight away I'm never angry, so I'm always happy. I'm always happy, so my dog teaches me as much as possible how to actually be happy. Understand? My dog teaches me how to be happy. So it's much more how I feel. And you must understand straight away that I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm helping myself to deliver content. So you must understand that if I go and really, really succeed differently, I'm understanding I thank the dog because that dog can teach me some techniques on never being angry. I mean, understand? Because sometimes dogs do something that you never want them to do, and when that happens, first you have to understand to let go of anger. First, the dog came over here where I walk, and I'm walking around here, but the dog's over here. Understand? So, do I get angry? I say no, because the dog is unaware of what it's doing. Understand? So, I never try to get angry. Understand? Unfortunately, if the dog understands what it's doing as well, I never get angry at the dog. Unfortunately, the number one rule is never get angry. But if you understand how to never get angry, you'll do much greater for yourself. But the rule is to give people more silence. And give them more silence online. And that way you're going to do better. Unfortunately, you must understand straight away how to actually grow yourself, yeah? So if you're growing yourself, you're looking for a better way forward. And you're looking for better ways of dealing with life. Unfortunately, you must understand, I have a certain period of time where I can go and visit certain aspects of life differently. And I have a certain amount of success for myself. And I can experience a certain amount of success for myself, I'll lie. Unfortunately, now my mum's coming up very soon. I have to go to my mum's house very soon, and she lives in Germany, and my dad lives in Australia, Sydney. And I have to go to Germany to see my mum, because it's been 5 years since I've seen my mum. Unfortunately, now imagine that. I understand how that feels. I understand how it feels to live without my mum for 19 years. I understand that. I understand I'm just differently raised. I have a different system. But my mum is the one that's going to save me from a lot of drama and a lot of heartache. Because as soon as I move overseas, probably everything I've made in terms of my life over here in Australia has been working out for me. I mean, you understand? Because I live now overseas. And do I come back to Australia ever again? Probably I have to. I have to see my dad. But then I just go back to Germany right away. So that's the way it is. So I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm learning how to actually grow myself, yeah? I'm learning how to actually become the best version of myself. So no matter what, it can be actually the last time I see mum and dad. Actually, once I leave Australia, it can be the last time I see my dad too. But actually, there's no stress about that. I have no stress about life. But am I going to be at my dad's funeral? Actually, that's the thing. Actually, I have to be at my dad's funeral. I have to be here for a bit. And that's something that I understand something. I understand that it's much better for me to come here and to do all that. So what I actually do every single day, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to understand my life is moving forward. I understand straight away that no matter what, I want to be at my dad's funeral. I want to be at his funeral because I understand I may be overseas when he passes away in Australia. So I have to talk about it with my mum. I have to see what we're going to do. But my mum says she's going to send me. And my mum said she's going to send me, yeah? Because I understand that when I move to overseas, I have to have a 9-to-5 job first. So I just send myself. I work for the money. And I'll never work for the money. I'll make the money. And I go to Australia. And that's it. I never rely on my mum for the money. I understand? I just understand that. I understand I never rely on other people for money. I understand that what I do is I gain an allowance from the government, but I never rely on their money. For actually, it can end today. But actually, you must understand that they can cut my social security out of the equation. But I make sure that I'm learning something along the way. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm somebody who has the words to speak. I have much more words to speak than the money I can give you. Actually, it's much more important that I give you the words of encouragement than it is to give you money. Actually, money can only go so much, but my words of encouragement can go forever. I promise you, it's much more how different it is. I'm very different to other people. I have different circumstances. I have different techniques. I'm born alone. I'm living a lone life. I have to love my life. I have to enjoy it. I have to enjoy what I have. And it's a different life. comparing it to how I was when I was 6 years of age. I mean, understand? I was always playing around. I'm still playing around. I'm still doing all that I was doing, but I'm just doing it in a different fashion. I'm understanding straight away that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life. I'm looking for something to improve about my life. I'm understanding straight away that my life is moving forward in different ways. And I find myself having more time for myself these days. And I'm never ever going with friends anywhere except myself over here. I'm going in my word I only. I never lose the word I. I'm never cutting the word I out. But that's my biggest talent. I realize my biggest talent is my word I fashion. I can come back to the word I when I speak, and that's my best talent. But it's the best thing I can do. Because once I never cut my word I out, I talk with my word I to speak to you and with myself, and I learn to live life. I learn to live life much greater. And I'm learning how to actually help myself do much greater and greater and greater as time goes forward. So I'm learning how to actually persuade myself, yeah? I have plenty of time, I have plenty of success, I have plenty of ways of moving myself around the world. I'm learning how to actually do my contents regardless of the situation. I mean, regardless of how many people are following me, I'm still doing my content daily. I'm still showing up for success. I'm still showing up to make sure that I'm doing better. And I have a positive profile. I have a positive way of life. Because I'm doing something at least, I'm making sure I'm helping myself to improve. And that's how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that there's so much to do in life. So I'd rather just do it. I'd rather just understand how to actually help myself. And that's it. I promise you must understand straight away that I'm learning how to actually give you ideas. And as I give ideas, I'm looking for something different to say and do. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm looking for ways to improve my life in different ways to do better. I understand that no matter what, I'm learning how to actually help you. I promise you now, every single day, find ideas to say. I mean, find something to say. I mean, find those nice and beautiful recaps of life where you can go and review what you said and do it differently. Because that's how you actually grow. And you grow through different ways of communication and different ways of saying something. Understand? So that's the only way you grow. So I'm understanding every single day I'm learning how to actually focus upon my life. I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the best kind of way forward. And I'm moving forward in the best way. And I'm understanding how other people have success in terms of different aspects of success. And you see them on television. I mean, you see people on television and like, for example, The Bachelor. The Bachelor has 23 women going for him. 23 women going for him. I mean, they're saying, I mean, wow. I mean, just because he has $1 million. I mean, saying, but every single day you must understand that it's just the way it is, yeah? I've never had that success before, where 23 women are going for me at the same time. I mean, you understand? I mean, that's just different success. But am I jealous? I'm promise you I'm never jealous. But Jesus Christ never had that too. I mean, you understand? So every single day you must understand that you must compare yourself with the world with Jesus Christ. And compare Jesus Christ to their success. Because that way you're going to understand your success. I promise you, when I grow myself, I understand I'm a star. I'm a star because I'm growing myself. I'm a Hong Kong star here. So yeah. I say every single day I'm learning how to understand life. I'm learning to understand that nice and beautiful way of life moving forward. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm focusing on making sure that I'm experiencing my life much greater and I'm doing something nice and beautiful for myself to grow. Because somebody is watching this video. In history, I promise you, in history, there's plenty of ways of growing my channel. But my channel has millions of views, always. I promise you, it has millions of views over time, I promise you. I promise you, you must understand, so it's always forever. So every single day I'm learning something different from what I do. And people are going to study my life, and people are going to study who I am throughout life. But at least I show up for a video every single day, and at least I do it. And at least I show myself and how I actually perform and how I actually talk. Because that's how I actually grow. I grow through different ways of talking. I make sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. And as I learn about life, I'm learning how to actually grow myself in the process. So I'm always loving my life differently, yeah? Actually, life is different now. Actually, life is YouTube. I mean, life is social media now. And life is go consume as much content as you can now. And apply it. And try to seek out something to read so that you can become smarter for yourself. I mean, go and learn in your own time is what I'm talking about. But the more time you have, the better. I find myself with more time and more ways of growth and more travel and more money now. I mean, you understand? But other people have money, but no time and no travel. Actually, that's the 9 to 5 life. Actually, 9 to 5 will give you money and no travel and no time. I mean, you understand? But if you really make some money, or else if you make some money, you can go traveling somewhere for a bit of time. Actually, no worries. But the thing is, make sure you understand straight away that eventually, again and again, you come back into that position, and most people choose to make a family at this position, and they choose to make a family to keep working that 9 to 5 to never go traveling somewhere in life. So they choose a family instead of travel around the world. I mean, in a sense, so for myself, it's different. I have a mum who has real estate, and she has some real estate over there, so she can enjoy with me to go around traveling for a bit. I can go and enjoy traveling with her a bit with her. I can actually enjoy traveling with her a bit around the world because she's my mum and she has some money to give. So I'm actually privileged to have a mum who has real estate to give to me so that I can go and travel for a bit. I mean, but no matter what, I'm sticking to my mum. I mean, when she wants to travel, I travel. I mean, that's it. I promise you, that's the only lifestyle I'm actually giving you. I'm giving you a different lifestyle. I promise you, it's much more how, yes, it's nice to go to New York and Los Angeles and Miami and all these nice and beautiful places. But what's even better than that is being able to stick with family and having your own family. I promise you, when you have your own family, guys, I promise you must understand that's the only difference every single day, where you actually understand straight away that you have all the time and privileges that you need to succeed. I promise you must understand that many people never have a privilege like I do. But I also see a lot of privileges other people have that I never have. I do have though. I do have other privileges. I do have the power to be positive in my life. I have the power to be positive all day of my life. And every single day of my life, I have the power of position. I have the power of being alone. I have the power of being myself. I have the power of being authentic with myself. And the power of holding to my word. I can hold to my word. I mean, in a sense, so I'm learning very quickly about how to delay gratification as much as possible as well. So that's very important for you guys. So you have to understand straight away that anybody who can delay gratification can also live a great life for themselves. I promise you, why is that? I promise you, because people who delay gratification are people who are stronger. I promise they're stronger mentally and physically. In a sense, so every single day you must understand that if you can delay gratification, like beers and drugs and sex with other people, if you can delay that, you'll have more time for yourself. You must understand straight away that you are the investor of your life. You are the sole proprietor of your life. You understand? You are an individual. You must understand that no matter what, you must go and realize every single day that if you find yourself doing much greater, then make sure you understand straight away that you find yourself as an S corporation in life. And now find yourself a smart corporation in life. Understand? Make sure you understand that no matter what, that you have to understand straight away that in business, you have the sole proprietor, and then you have a C corporation, and then you have the S corporation. And now, the S corporation has the best tax benefits. I understand straight away that's financial wealth. But make sure you understand that no matter what, that in the sole proprietor business, you must understand that people have tax of 100% of their money, and you must understand that the C corporation also has 21% tax of their own money. Understand? So the C corporation is much better than the sole proprietor, but the S corporation is much better than the C corporation. Just remember that. I understand that no matter what, that as I'm learning very quickly, I'm learning how to actually become much more. So no matter what, I'm learning how to give you all these ideas. I'm learning how to actually help myself to move forward quickly. So as I move forward, I understand straight away, I can wrap up now, and I can understand straight away I can do my life much greater, because now what I do in terms of my life is I move forward, I make sure I speak those words out, I make sure that I'm speaking positively all day long, and I make sure I'm doing a greater life for myself so I do better. Do you understand? That's what I actually do. I'm actually doing something much greater for myself so I can live my word I.